William Ravis Real Estate, and I'm here with Libby Trichler, uh, Andrew Whiteley, and Wendy Ryan from the On the Harbor Group. We wanted to give you our perspective. There's a lot of information out there of what's happening in the real estate market with all that's going on with the coronavirus, and some accurate, not so accurate. And as a number one team in New England, we thought we'd be able to give you a pretty broad perspective. And basically what we're seeing is that the sellers and buyers are in two binary groups. There's a group of sellers who their mindset is they really don't want to show their home during this environment, and maybe not a great time to sell anyway. And obviously we're here to suit our clients' needs, and that's fine with us. But then there's another group of sellers who feel that this is an excellent time to buy. Not only your interest rates down, but the inventory is way down, and the buyers that are out there are motivated. So those are really the two groups of sellers we're working with. And then on the buy side, it's kind of the same thing. There are buyers out there who feel like, I don't want to go into houses right now, and before I buy, I do want to see the home, and yet I'm just going to wait it out till this is over. Hopefully interest rates will stay down, and there'll be some more selection out there. Opposite of that, we have buyers who think there couldn't be a better time to buy. Yes, the inventory is down, but so are the interest rates, and this is just an excellent time to make a purchase. We're going to expand upon that a little bit more and talk to you about this from different viewpoints. I'm going to hand it off now to Libby Trichler.
Hi, Al. So what I'm seeing is we're really trying to listen to our clients and hear what people are saying to us. I'm finding that there are still people who really want to sell their homes, and there are still buyers out there that really want to buy. So in saying that, we are, for those people, showing homes to them if it works out for our clients and for the potential buyer. And I just want to make everyone feel good about the precautions we're taking in that. First and foremost, we are finding out who the potential buyer is, where they are coming from, and it's very important that we understand that they're coming from a quarantine situation. Secondly, we are only allowing two people in the home. So the husband, the wife, they're the only ones allowed in the home. And I've been meeting everyone at the houses. I call my sellers if they're, up for it. They are in charge of turning on all the lights, opening all the closet doors, pantries, etc. So basically, we do not need to touch anything once we enter the home. I meet them outside the house. I have custom-made masks if they don't have their own. I have booties if they don't have their own, and I have latex gloves. Once we are all dressed outside the front door, I hand everybody a wipe. They put that in their gloved hand, and we walk into the home, three of us, and we take a look at the home. I feel is that protection that really makes our sellers feel comfortable as well as the buyers. So that's what we've been doing.
Libby, that's fabulous. Excellent information. Andrew, you wanted to share some statistics with us?
Yeah, so I think what's interesting is that, obviously the state of Connecticut deemed real estate to be an essential business. So we are open for business, taking all the precautions such as Libby was just discussing. But I think, if you want to get into the data and where we actually are, last year at this time, there were 13 homes that had sold in our demographic here in Southport, Connecticut. So far this year, 11 homes have sold. 12 new homes have accepted offers, and there are currently 10 that have accepted contracts. So we're open and doing business. It is certainly not business as normal, but anecdotally I can tell you, we had a listing up in Greenfield Hill, premier home, sold to the first person that came to see it. Under contract, we're closing next week. We have a contract in Weston. Again, premier home, they've been on the market for 6 or 7 months. We just are doing a deal in New Canaan right now with some European clients of ours that are relocating and need to be here by this summer. We have multiple offers on a $5 million plus listing of ours in the area, and we just hopefully are signing contracts this week on another high-end listing of ours in Southport. So I think the notion that no one is out and no one's doing business is incorrect. It is certainly, it's a brave new world, and we are adapting and doing deals as best we can.
Thank you for that, Andrew. Wendy, how do you see this whole thing unfolding? What's your perspective on that?
You know, I think anybody that tells you that they know how this is going to unfold is
Mhm.
really ultimately doesn't know. But I think based on what we're hearing from the public, from the buyers, from potential buyers, I think it's actually going to turn into quite a busy time when it does come back. We had a really busy start to 2020. I think Al, what were we up? What were we up from 2019?
103%.
There you go. So we were up 103%. I think a lot of us said it was due to the interest rates are great. I think a lot of sellers have gotten very realistic about their pricing. So we saw a really good start to the year. This has obviously slowed things down, but I think what it's going to do is condense a really busy market when we are all back up and running. So, and I think there is going to be a shift that we have been waiting for a while, in that, you know, we've seen a buyer's market for a very long time in Fairfield County, and I think we're going to slowly see that shift. Inventory is very low, and I think we're going to see a fair amount of buyers that are going to be coming out of New York City. You know, that people come out here and they see how good these values are and where rates are where they are. You know, anybody that's been considering moving out of New York, I think this is probably going to push them over the edge, and it's just going to be interesting to see it happen probably all at once. So I imagine it's going to be quite a busy time once we get through it. So
Yeah, and just to put a bow on what you were saying, Wendy, that's up 100% from the first quarter of last year. But even from the last 2 weeks, where we're in the thick of this thing, really, you know, really hitting its peak, we've had 15 houses sold in the not closed, but just under contract in the last 3 weeks, and from 2 weeks ago. So it's really moving along in that respect. Well, I hope we were able to give you some valuable insight into what's happening right now in Fairfield County, Connecticut real estate, and hope to see you soon.
great. Thanks.
Val.